Have you ever wondered about what will happen when the zombie apocalypse inevitably happens? Well, no, because you're probably a sane human being. However, just in case, we've come down to London to the Riflemaker Gallery to get an idea of what might happen because of Left 4 Dead 2. It's the sequel to Valve's hit zombie survival game released last year, where 4 survivors battle their way together through a series of scenarios reminiscent of classic zombie movies. It was an absolute blast, and this year it's been improved in every way, with new characters, new zombies, new scenarios, and the combat is bigger and bloodier than ever, with flailing limbs and melee weapons. And it's this combat which is why we're at the Riflemaker, as I'm getting a small training session in it. But first, I need to look the part. Well, any excuse for zombie makeup, really.
This time of year? Yeah.
Oh, I can't think why. Is anything coming up? Oh, I know, Christmas one.
Yeah.
You feel more zombified, John?
The great thing is, I can't see what on earth is going on. Oh, no, I can. Alright. It's me before I go out in the morning. My zombie adversaries would have no idea that I was in disguise, allowing me to infiltrate their ranks. Well, I think that's the idea anyway. Is zombie versus zombie cannibalism? Probably. Not sure it's really worth getting worried about ethics with zombies though.
Should go on the train and start sneezing as well.
Just as it arrives in the station.
Have you finished that metro?
With me looking ready, it's up to military experts to train the world's least serious journalist. It's not like I've covered wars or anything, you know?
On this table is a selection of just a few of the weapons that are available in Left 4 Dead 2. We'll be training you with the use of perhaps a couple of them. Yeah? If you'd like to pick a melee weapon that expresses who you are and what you like to do day to day.
It's going to be the frying pan. Mainly for the reason that it's a frying pan.
Excellent. Stuff of comic legend, yeah? However, still a very formidable piece of kit. At the end of the day, mate, remember that this is a dense piece of metal with a handle on it, okay? Frying pan, it's got two ends to it, okay? You've got a handle somewhere in the middle. Hold it with a fish-like grip, yeah? Curl your thumb over the top. This end here, the butt, okay? With this end, I can strike him to the chest. I can chop him off, yeah? And then smack him over the top of the head. This will result in an epic brain explosion of Terry's chocolate orange proportions, yeah? Just with more blood, right? So, check him off, strike over the top. It'll come over, yeah, like a rainbow, yeah, in an arcing motion. There you go. You got it? Right. Check him off, he's too close. Smack him. There we go.
Because yes, instead of a pot of gold, every rainbow should end with a brain explosion of epic proportions. There is something immensely satisfying about beating up a mannequin with a frying pan, and since learning the correct technique, my flatmates won't go in the kitchen at the same time as me. I also learned that I'm rubbish at battle cries. Yeah, let's move on.
Good man. Nightstick is one of my personal favourite weapons. It's a very versatile piece of kit. You can use it to block, you can use it to strike, okay? The way we're going to use the nightstick is we're going to use it as just a kosh, yeah? What I'm aiming for this time is to collapse the collarbones of the enemy. It doesn't have the same kind of stopping power as a frying pan, yeah? But all it takes is about 8 to 12 pounds of pressure to collapse those collarbones, yeah? If I can collapse the collarbones, he'll go down like a bitch, bam, finish him off. So 2 downward diagonals, like you're drawing a big X. Yeah.
Seeing as all this nonsense is due to Left 4 Dead 2, it might be worth looking at how these sorts of weapons work in game. We were there to play it after all. Things such as frying pans can be picked up from across the map, and they replace your pistol as the secondary weapon. And having something as a guitar or a machete means you're much more likely to switch to it for close quarters combat, not just because it's entertaining as a guitar, and not just because your gun has run out of ammo. And that, combined with the new weapons and throwable items such as a tube of boomobile, it adds a bit more complexity to the game, as do the new special infected. You've got the spitter who, well, spits a pool of acid onto the ground so you can't cross that area, and the jockey who, well, he rides you like he's a, I think the name sums it up quite well really. All of these additions, alongside the new environments, really do help the game feel new. It's so much more intense, and the possibilities of the new Special Infected in competitive play are really exciting. And if you want to try it, there's a demo out now on Xbox Live and Steam. But it's back to the Riflemaker Gallery, as somehow I've been trusted with an AK-47.
Okay, go! One, dosh.
Without any bullets, thankfully.
Last time. Okay, so I shout go, thrust, 2 to the chest, 1 to the head. You do that for me?
Okay.
Excellent. Forwards.
Where do both my hands go?
Left hand, go straight over
right.
here, mate. Yeah, just
You
crazy.
can tell I've not done this before.
That's
how I
right,
regularly
mate.
fight zombies.
All that remains is that you go out there and start slaughtering zombies.
Fantastic.
Good stuff, mate. Well done.
Thank you very much. But at least now, when the impending zombie apocalypse happens, I will be fully prepared. If I manage to find a frying pan and an AK-47. With my newfound knowledge of how to hit people with things, I felt almost ready to take on the Horde. But before I braved the wasteland of undead known as the London Underground, I sought a bit more information from one of the writers of Left 4 Dead 2, Chet Faliszek.
Well, so the first one, each of the locations you were at, you were hitting it at the same time, essentially, for that city. Where in Left 4 Dead 2, we start in Savannah, which the infection hasn't hit yet. It's a city that's evacuating, and you go through the deep south, and as you're going through there, you see different ways people are dealing with the infection. So when you get to the swamp, in Swamp Fever, they've got a village where they're saying, hey, CETA, stay out, military, stay out, we're gonna hold off on our own. Obviously, it doesn't work so well for them, but, you know, they try. And then by the time you get to the parish in New Orleans, you see the military's taken over at that point. They've kicked out CETA, our kind of FEMA, CDC government agency, and they're trying to battle it. And so you'll see this kind of progression. You'll see the characters talking about that progression as it goes on. And so when you end one campaign, you begin the next campaign in that vehicle you left, and you can kind of understand what happened. There may be some time in between that's passed, but you understand how you've gotten there and how you've continued on your journey towards New Orleans. These are 4 strangers. We meet them as they meet each other. So they're going to have that dynamic of learning each other's names, learning about the infection together, and occasionally getting a little pissy with each other, right? So in Left 4 Dead 1, we shipped with 5,000 some lines, and now we have 7,000 some lines, just to give you one way, right? So it's like a third more, I guess. Is that right, math? Yeah, it's
close enough.
Programmers, not writers, have that one.
With writing for Left 4 Dead 2, what's the main thing you're doing the time on? The scenarios?
Reloading.
Or is it
Just writing the word reloading like 5,000 times.
Is every time going to be unique?
Yeah, it's actually 2,000. The 2,000 new lines are actually just the word reloading.
Is there an element of Left 4 Dead 2 that you're personally the most proud of from working on it?
Really, just the way the world changes as you go across the South. It's just a really cool feel of if you play it just in one sitting, which is actually going to take you quite a many hours because the maps and the campaigns are just much bigger than Left 4 Dead 1. But you can really sense this feeling of the world changing as the characters are playing through it. And it ends up being this really cool thing. That and scavenge mode. Scavenge mode is just a hell of a lot of fun.
Well, thank you very much for talking.
At the end of the day, I'm not really too sure what I've learnt. Maybe that Left 4 Dead 2 is really fun and a worthwhile sequel, or that I'm rubbish at battle cries. But I'm sure one thing that we can all take away from this is a highly useful bit of information. If you want to hit someone on the head with the frying pan, all you need to do is swing it like a rainbow. Because a serious looking man told me so.